Once again, good afternoon. My name is Jim Allison, Allison, BART Spokesman. And the one thing that has changed from 11 o'clock till now is that BART and ATU are both at the table. That's a good thing. They're talking, and if there are any changes, we'll let you know. But right now, I'm not privy to what's going on at the negotiating table. And in fact, this is a sensitive time, so we don't want to get into the specifics of what's going on at the negotiating table, but BART and ATU are talking, and that's a good thing.
Jim, can you tell us what precipitated this, how it came to be that these two sides got together?
BART management has said all along, and the BART board said before imposing the terms and conditions, that it was willing to talk. ATU is apparently listening this morning, and they said that they would get back to the table. They're there right now, and that's what we want to see happen. We want to see a good outcome.
Are you able to generalize what the areas of disagreement or agreement might be?
Again, it's a sensitive time. I'm not privy to the details, so I'm not going to speculate.
When did negotiating start, and how long has it been going on?
Shortly after 1 o'clock. Negotiators arrived at the site, and it's been ongoing since, grabbed cups of coffee and got down to business.
Do you know how long it will run today, tonight? Keep going all night?
I don't think they've set a time limit on this. I mean, obviously the time is of the essence, and as long as they're making progress, they'll keep talking.
If they get to a point where they're making progress and Monday morning rolls around, what happens? Is there going to be a strike, or is there any way that both sides can get together and say, let's avoid this strike and keep talking?
Mark, I'm going to stay focused on the president right now, which is talks are ongoing, and that's different from just a few hours ago. So that's great.
How optimistic are you that a strike can be averted on Monday?
Well, again, I don't know exactly what's going on there, but certainly more optimistic that they're talking than when they're not talking.
SEIU and the other unions have a Me Too clause, so if the length of the contract was negotiated downward for ATU from 4 years to 2 years or 3 years, all the other unions would also have that same time period. Is that correct?
It's my understanding that they have a Me Too clause. What that Me Too clause involves, I can look into for you, but I don't have that answer right now.
Is that negotiable for BART, the 4-year contract?
The 4-year contract achieves the $100 million in labor savings that we're looking for.
But is that negotiable?
I don't know. It's again, sensitive time. I don't think we want to negotiate this in public. It's at that table.
Well, can you at least give us a sense of how it's going inside? Is there a reason for optimism? Are they tossing books at each other? I mean, what's going on there?
I haven't been over there, so I can't picture what's going on. But the fact that they're talking, you have to be optimistic about. I mean, anytime that they're exchanging ideas, that means that there, is a chance that they'll find common ground.
What will it take on BART's part to stop a strike on Monday morning if the talks continue?
Again, we need to find $100 million in labor savings. ATU needs to be a part of that equation. So we need to find a way that ATU can reach their target for savings.
Last night, the union officials said the only way to avoid a strike would be if BART stops imposing the terms of the contract. Is that something BART is open to doing?
Right now, the terms and conditions of employment remain, and I would expect that would remain in effect until we come to an agreement.
But is it something you're willing to lift?
It's the board of directors was quite clear in the fact that they did not want to impose the terms and conditions when they voted on Thursday, but they did so unanimously, and I think that sends a clear signal about their willingness to look at that.
Usually when these things happen, people say, well, everything's on the table. Is everything on the table?
I don't know.
anything you know that you can tell us?
I know that they're talking. They've been talking since shortly after 1, and I know that they're trying to reach their target for ATU.
Do you know how the talks, what happened to make the talks happen? Because yesterday there was this whole exchange between BART saying, well, all they have to do is call us, and then the union being like, well, all they have to do is call us. So who called whom and how did it happen?
I don't know what the behind the scenes communication was taking place. I don't know what behind the scenes communication was taking place, but certainly when Mr. Hunt came out and announced this morning that he was willing to talk, BART management was ready. You know, everybody was at work, ready to go.
Was there any Bay Area politician, a mayor, a governor, an attorney general, anybody involved in moving these things along?
Not that I know of.
So you're saying that the union approached BART. They were the first to say, well, let's go return to the table.
No, I didn't say that. You know, BART's been willing to go to the table all along.
So I think she was just trying to get at who contacted.
Who blames her?
Do you know?
I can tell you what I know took place this morning is that I was told that Jesse Hunt would be speaking to the media at 10 o'clock, find out what he's saying, and let the top management know. And then when they heard what he had said, it was a go.
Can you tell us what it was that they heard him say a minute ago? What were the words that he used? We want to talk, we want to go back to the table. What did he say?
We want to go back to the table at 1 o'clock when management's available.
So the way he communicated was through the news conference?
I don't know if he, I don't know what behind the scenes communication was taking place, if any, but certainly from my perspective, that was what broke the loggerhead.
Everybody in BART's board involved right now? Everybody in on this?
It's safe to say that every member of the BART Board of Directors is closely watching this and helping out in any way they can right now. Anybody on the phone have a question?
Can you do that when people ask?
I'm sorry?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. So I can't hear the people ask them.
The questions.
Oh, you can't hear the questions.
Yes. And the other thing I'm curious to know, do you have the authority to go into state or federal court and get an injunction? Employees back to work should they strike?
Your question was breaking up a little bit, but I think you are asking me if we have the authority to go back to court to get them to work.
Yes.
There's no intention on BART's part to interfere with a lawful strike. We hope it doesn't come to that, but we're not going to interfere with a lawful strike.
When you say you hope it doesn't come to that, have to like that?
I'm sorry, your question's really breaking up. I only get 1 or 2 words.
Is this any better?
No, sorry. Do you want to call me? We can do one-on-one.
Okay. Can I reach you?
464 510-464-7110. Why don't you give me about 10 minutes?
Okay.
Okay. We'll do another briefing. Next scheduled briefing is 11 tomorrow morning. And then if anything changes, of course, we'll send out something to the media pagers, let you know.
Where are the talks happening?
2201 Broadway in Oakland.
22nd